The two topics that I am going to introduce with regard to accounting in Ariadne are 1. Funds transfer pricing, 2. Parallel bookkeeping and reporting. Here is how one can configure Ariadne to simulate funds transfer pricing. Contract attributes are organized or linked with FTP rates in a simple manner such as that I display here in Ariadne. In banks, transfer pricing is calculated for each profit center based on certain criteria internal to their organization. Transfer rates are usually represented in terms of percentage of revenue. Such transfer rates are then mapped to each contract via a simple CSV loader into Ariadne. When such data is uploaded into Ariadne, this is how each contract gets allocated to various FTP rates. The generation of FTP rates itself is a routine that remains external to Ariadne. The FTP rates can be, for instance, the following: market rate, which is the risk-free interest rate, treasury spread, credit risk spread, liquidity spread, and so on. Each contract can be assigned to up to 6 FTP rates. The 7th FTP rate is by default reserved for residual rate, which is also termed as profit center rate in banks. Nevertheless, the title of each FTP rate can be configured as required for a certain organizational requirement. Here, I have linked a deposit deal with FTP rates as well. These rates would be mostly different from the FTP rates that are set for the mortgage deal that I had displayed earlier. This is how FTP is calculated. Transfer rates 1 through 6 can be defined by the user. Transfer rate 7 is calculated automatically. This is the residual rate. Residual rate is enforced by Ariadne for consistency. Sum of transfer rates 1 through 7 always add up to 100%. Here in this example, FTP rate 1, market rate is 5.5% of the 8% risk-free rate of the mortgage deal or deposit deal that I displayed earlier. This means it is 69% of the total revenue. The rest of the rates are calculated accordingly. Such transfer rates are then processed by our algorithm to produce FTP results for each account on the financial statement. Once such setup is completed, the FTP report can be generated for a financial statement on a periodic basis. At the end of day, Ariadne routine provides the updated FTP report. This report is generally generated on a historic basis. Herewith is the FTP income of the mortgage portfolio that is displayed across a 2-year horizon within quarterly periods. Here is the FTP income of the deposit portfolio. Once again, displayed across a 2-year horizon within quarterly periods. Such info can be also exported out of Ariadne in the form of a CSV file for further record and processing.